Hello, 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 everyone. Guess what day it is? It is Thanksgiving Thursday. Yes, and we must give thanks. Give thanks for the smallest things, then you can give thanks for the biggest things. Find something to give thanks for. The common fact that you're here, the common fact that you're here again, the common fact that you're hearing me. That is something to give thanks for. The common fact that you woke up this morning. Yes, that is what you're supposed to give thanks for. See, Thanksgiving Day is not only one day in the year where we say Thanksgiving Thursday, Happy Thanksgiving. It is every single day. And I like to show up on Thursday because on Thursday, whew, you never know what's going to happen on this show. And you never know who's going to be the guest. But tonight, brother and sisters, viewers, we going to have a blast. Yes, we are going to have a blast. I have two lovely sisters coming up, and we are going to take it to another level. Yes, this is June. So we are going somewhere. This is the 6th month in the year 2022. So we are going somewhere. So welcome to the Question Live Show with your host. This is me, Verona Willis-Brown. If this is your first time tuning in, welcome, welcome, welcome. If this is not your first time, of course, you are welcome. Welcome back home. And you know what we do here on Thursday? We get down to business. But before we do, we got rules. House rules. Yes. Maybe 1, 2, 3, 3.5, maybe 4. First one is if you are looking up there, right there, if you are viewing this right now and you seeing that sign that says live, or if you're on YouTube and you see live pop up, simply mean you are in the live audience. So what do you do when you're in the live audience? You share and you invite someone else to come in the live audience with you because here we care. Okay? That is 1. 2. Have yourself a pen. Have yourself a piece of paper or notebook to write notes down. If you don't have such, please use your devices. I believe all devices got notepad section. Now, why would I tell you to write stuff down? Because here we drop juicy contents and golden nuggets, and I want you to see them because the more you see them is the more they become real and manifest themselves. Right? Now, third, grab yourself something to drink. I don't know what is it that you drink. Maybe it is water, wine, tea, juice, soda. I don't know. See, Jesus turned water into wine. So maybe my water will turn into wine tonight. You never, never know. I do have the same power. Huh? You never know what will happen. So grab yourself something to drink and quench your thirst on my behalf because I will be doing most of the talking along with the guests. So hydration is good for you. So those are 3 rules. Simple, simple rules. Now, this is where we go with the rules laid out. If you are ready, then we are ready to roll into tonight's episode. My very first guest is coming on tonight. First of all, let me tell you, if you need to use the bathroom, please go now. And then you come back because you don't want to miss this episode. And if you are on YouTube, please say hello to us so we can know that you are there. Yes, I like to recognize my audience. Welcome back home, Cheryl. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So our very first guest tonight, I don't know where to start. Beautiful sister coming out. I'll just let her just come and introduce herself. Ladies and gentlemen, My very first guest tonight is my sister, Denise Essex. Denise, are you there?
I'm here. Hello. Thank you for having me.
Yes, how you doing is always my very first question. I like to ask my guests this question. How are you doing truthfully?
Uh, I'm doing good. The summer me, so running around, but in a good way. Getting ready to see some more friends, travel, all of the things. So a little tired, but grateful that I have the ability to do those things for sure.
All right, that's it. I like to say truthful because sometimes we get that question and it goes so fluid and we just answer so fluid. I'm good. No, when sometimes we are really not good. But
Yeah.
yes, I love it. So tell us where you're tuning in from and a little bit about who you are.
Absolutely. Well, first I want to say you guys are looking at my icon because I'm an anonymous writer. I write under the pen name Denise Essex, just to maintain anonymity for my spouse and all of that. So I'm calling from these United States. I'm one of those people who have been a writer my entire life, but have, mostly viewed it as a hobby, unfortunately. I had to get a real job, those kind of things. So I kind of just would look at my writing more as journaling, even though it wasn't always what was going on in my life. There were these fictitious characters and stories that I would just write and then put aside just all the time. And it wasn't until the pandemic that I finished a story at my spouse's urging. He'd read this story I started a long time ago and said, "How does it end? You have to finish it." So I finished it and I really started considering what I do as a gift versus just a hobby.
As a gift. And that's it. Sometimes we oftentimes hide our gifts based on how someone perceives us. You know,
Absolutely.
yeah, and we suffocate our gifts, we suffocate our talents because of someone else's judgment. And we do all of this, have ourselves hidden. Like, no, we are at the point where we need to come forward with our gifts because our gifts really is not for us. Our gift is for
Ooh.
somebody else. Somebody else is out there waiting for your story, for your talents, for your gifts, for a word from you. And we have to go through some stuff sometime just to say, hey, I survived just for you. So please, people, you have your gifts, you have your talent, and we were all born with gifts. Talents we can develop. But gifts, we're all born with them. Let us learn to evolve and show forth our gifts. So, again, my sister, thank you, thank you, thank you for showing up. And again, you heard she's behind camera because we will not reveal her identity because of security purposes. We will not reveal her photo. Thank you
Thank
again
you.
for showing up.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me. I think it's a very I call what I do sweet heat. So I think it's a very sweet romantic story, but I add some heat to it. And it's based around college. So yeah, and the character I'm writing this book first person. So I'm writing from the perspective of a guy named Rashad, and he's from Chicago. He's in college in California, and so the way that he moves is like a young black man. So like I said, it's sweet, but there's definitely some heat involved there.
Okay, audience, what I failed to tell you now that you need to have something to fan with.
Right?
Oh,
Yes, absolutely. It's actually, I think, really nice. I had a great time writing as him because not only is he like a college kid, but after he has sort of a little bit of drama with his ex, he makes some radical decisions about the way he's relating with women. And he kind of goes on this journey, so to speak. So that's why I add this sweet. It's not all heat, but it's not all sweet.
sweet. Summertime. Listen, people, summertime. A lot of people are traveling. You need a little sweet and heat
Yes,
stuff to go with you.
yes. And it's a
So,
novella also. So the people in my circle and some of the people in some of the writers groups I belong to, they found it quite refreshing because it was pretty quick. So it's a novella about 100 pages. You're in, you're out, and I'm gonna follow it up with a couple of books as well.
all right. All right. So it talks about college life. And college life tends to define a very, very specific milestone in our children's life. Now, what would you say would be the biggest challenge or challenges in a student life at that time?
That's a great question. I think in general, college can be a challenge because it's your first time trying to do life without the protection, but also the mandating, guardianship of your parents. So you're really, I mean, from my perspective, I think we go to college to learn how to think. We get an advanced degree, which is great, but really it's that time to figure out who you are. And just like we always hear people saying, you can tell a lot about a person based on who they surround themselves with. And so my character in particular, his roommate is a college athlete, so he has zero problems with spreading his love all around. And my character is starting to sort of distance himself from that sort of behavior. He wants new things in his life and he's kind of just focusing on himself. And then he meets this interesting person. And so he's at a crossroads of, okay, I haven't had great luck in the past. Do I just need to focus on myself, what I'm here for to graduate, become an engineer, or should I take a chance? And so I think one of the biggest challenges he's facing is how do I respect my roommate? He's a young guy. If he wants to live that way, but still maintain this path that I'm trying to carve out that everybody sort of thinks I'm crazy because I'm not acting like the rest of the men on campus.
See, I never get the opportunity to go away to college, so I know.
Oh,
Oh, I can't relate right there. Like, listen, I'm just gonna stay
okay.
right here and just listen in. So, people, if you have your children out there and they went away to college or they're going off to college, I think you should pay attention right here.
Well, let me
So,
tell you about my college experience. The
yes,
college I
please.
went to, and I will tell you, it's in Ohio. I'll just say that. So I went to this college, and as you move in, there's this big, sort of move in weekend for freshmen. Everybody knows it's happening. And so there was this one particular fraternity, their house faced the entryway. So all these, cars are moving in with these little U-Hauls because they're dropping their kids off. And every year, this fraternity would put out a banner that says, "Don't worry, dads, we'll take care of your daughter." And you see like these grown middle-aged men just like sobbing because I mean it's really messed up that they do that, but you can sort of just see like the tension in these dads shoulders that my kid is going to be going to school with you. So I basically think if you've never experienced college on a campus, there's a wonderful opportunity to really grow and learn about yourself and become more independent. And yet there's just so many things that you can be exposed to. And depending on which group that you link up with, if you end up with the party girls, chances are they're not going to be encouraging you to go to class, you know? So it really depends if you find yourself a good group. There are lots of groups in college and lots of different things you can associate with.
Yes.
Um, but it just really depends on who's encouraging you. My roommate would be like, "You got a 9 o'clock class, like, what's up?" Like you need to get. I'm like, it's 8 a.m. So I have people like that around me. Whereas some people are like, nobody's checking. They don't check like they did in high school if you attend class. They
Yeah.
just give you a grade that you earn.
And audience, if you see me keep on putting my hand in because I'm taking notes, I encourage you to take notes. See, I'm writing my
I
notes down
love it.
because yes, like she talk, I write. She talk. You
I
see what I'm
love
saying?
it.
I told y'all to get your pen. That was one of the rules. Get your writing shoes and start writing or start texting on your phone. I don't know what you got to do, but you see, I've been doing like this. Like what? Okay, what
My
happened?
professors would have loved you because I think that's another thing you learn in college, or at least I did, was how to conduct yourself in, semi-professional settings. So
Yeah,
you would have some students who are doing what you're doing, and then you go to that professor and ask questions, they're willing. Then you have other students who they just looking around, they're on their phone. Like it's like, what did you come for? Like, what
yeah.
are you
I mean, I
doing?
went to college. It's just that I wasn't off, left my
Oh,
parents, and it's like, hey,
okay.
bye. No, I didn't do that. I was home with my
Okay.
mama. I'm like,
Oh,
look, but
oh,
I'm
that,
going to college now. Mm-hmm.
I mean, there are some pluses to that because a lot of kids I feel like who are away like I did, even though I wasn't far, you just have more distractions.
And
You
that
have a
was
lot
that
more
was my
distractions.
other question because I'm writing that down, and that was my
Okay.
other question. I was going to ask you: would you encourage a student to go away to college or stay at home?
Okay, I love this question. And also, as a side note, I'm homeschooling my son. Don't ask. It's a whole thing. And one of the things that the homeschool mom community reassures me is that oftentimes homeschool kids are more prepared for college. And I'm
Mm,
like, how? Like two of the moms actually were homeschooled and have their degrees. So, I automatically go to them. I'm like, am I ruining my child? I really believe in school, all of that. But what they said was by the time you're college age, the
mm,
behavior you're displaying, taking notes and speaking with professors, it comes really easily. Whereas students transitioning from high school, they're away from home for the first time. There's a lot of factors. What if they hate their roommate? Like these are big things that can affect your sleep, your ability to be your best self in class. What if they're homesick? There are a lot of elements. So, to answer your question, do I think people should go away to school? It really depends. Now, for me, it was really good. I was a bit sheltered. So, I think it was a safe ish way. I was very sheltered. Oh my God.
it was a freedom time for you.
It was a freedom time, but also that self discovery. And I followed my college experience up with going to Europe for a year.
Oh my lord!
Yeah, I really just scared my mom to death. Poor thing. I know you. Okay, I don't recommend that. But the one thing I do say, if parents are listening and they're concerned about their kids and they're just like, oh, my kid is not ready, you can always do 2 years at a community college and then go away to a bigger 4 year school. Not
Mhm.
only does it prepare them more for the academics, but it gives you more time to sort of like loosen the reins a bit. So they're not
Mm,
in high school, but they're still under your roof. Maybe they get a job, maybe they just take a couple college courses, and based on their grades and how they're sort of operating in this semi adult setup, then
mhm.
send them away. Because I'll tell you, I saw lots of kids come and blow their parents' money. I saw that kids not going to class or,
Right.
failing out, like that costs money. So, I mean, I think it really depends. I would encourage parents to really start having honest conversations with their kids about the implications of how much they're paying. I mean, you don't want your kid with a bunch of debt. So it really, really depends. I would get really honest about college and the fact that it's fun. Nobody wants to tell you like it is fun to just hang out all day with no parents, parental supervision. It really is. And yet somehow they have to be responsible enough to get themselves to class when nobody cares if they go or not. So that
And
that would be my advice.
that's a part of self discipline as well.
Yes. And so it's almost like working backwards, right? Again,
Yeah.
if there are any parents now, again, read the book because the book is sweet heat and it's really cute. And yet also Rashad has to kind of figure that out. He's like, okay, these relationships, these girls are getting in the way of the fact that I want to be an engineer. I need to be picking my where my internship is gonna be. But
Like you
I got
distracted.
so I'm distracted. And so in working backwards, if you know or your kids have said, yes, I want to go to college, what are ways that you can sort of build into their high school 4 years that self discipline, something that you're not necessarily checking up on, but something that they have to kind of prove to themselves that when I go away, whether I'm an hour away or I'm states away, will I be able to get myself to the guidance counselor? Like nobody tells you that. Your guidance counselor could have you taking the wrong classes. It really takes a lot of adult skill when you're
Yes.
just barely 17, 18, 19. It can be a lot.
Yeah.
I know.
I'm so glad I stayed on with my mother.
Yeah, I think that can be a great way to go too.
Yeah, I'm like, no, I was not. I just was not trying to leave my mother. That's what that was.
Oh,
I
that's
was just
really
like, no,
sweet.
yeah, I was like, no, mom, I'm not leaving. Nope, don't try to tell me to go away. I'm not doing that. Nope, do not encourage me to leave you. I will not until you leave me. Then we will work this out. So I had to learn to work it out after she died. Oh, I was like, oh, okay. Somehow I had to develop self-discipline,
Yeah.
independence, but it sure was not going to be in college. No, I
Yeah.
was not going to leave my mama. No, no.
There's
That,
a lot. There's a lot. So I feel like I kind of captured that environment
yes,
because the reality is, I mean, even sometimes, now that I'm on the adult side or even looking back at my experience, there's so many adult decisions and behaviors you are expected to display. And
yes,
yet your brain, like when you really think about kids that, drink and party, the frontal lobe of the brain, especially for young men, it just isn't fully developed until like 21.
oh,
And so you just got to pray over kids because it's almost like unrealistic to expect for them to be as responsible as they need to be. I mean, you basically have to like arm young girls with like the buddy system to go to college and don't let anybody take your drink. I mean, it's a lot and you're just trying to have fun. So you're not thinking about what could happen to you if your friend leaves you at the bar. What do you do now? You hope you got a charge on your battery for an Uber. It's a
see,
lot.
I tell you what, a lesson my mother taught me. She said, anywhere you go, you walk with your cab money. It was no Uber, not it's like
Oh,
walk with your cab
walk with
money
your cabinet.
anywhere you go. So just in case somebody tried to leave you on the corner in the bar, in the
Yes.
party, you got your cab money. So
Yes.
parents, if you are out there and you have children going up, I mean, we in June, it's time for college, and you
Yes.
have children ready, preparing to go off to college, please have a good talk with them before they go to that door.
Absolutely. And
Have a
just,
good
I mean, if I could offer something else,
yes, please.
something I wish that I was told, something that I'll tell my son and I tell my nieces and nephews who are young people. College is a time for self exploration. It's nothing wrong with meeting people and having relationships, but sometimes, again, we're so adult like that you think this is the man of your dreams or the woman of your dreams. And it's like, you're so young. Just enjoy meeting people, you know, being safe, of course, staying healthy, but just getting to know people without the pressure of this has got to be your boyfriend or your girlfriend or your forever. Just get to know yourself and get to know people and really have fun. I really wish somebody
I told you that.
said that to me. Yes.
And I know, I think there's something about people going off to college and believe that is the time you're supposed to get married. Like, if you
Yeah.
come back, you finish college, you better be having the husband, the wife come back with. No, you go to college to get your degree, is not to go get the husband or the wife. That's not where college is. No. No.
Okay, so I did join a sorority. I'm one of those people.
See
And
what
I had a
I noticed about you.
I'm like, I was one of those people. And it was for me. I was at a PWI, which means it is a predominantly white institution. So for me, I would be in my classes and there would be like 8 to 9 people of color in a class of 200. So there for me, there was like it was just culture shock. And so joining a sorority, I felt like, okay, these are other women who care about their studies, blah, blah, blah. But I had a sorority sister tell me, um, what do you think I came here for? And I mean, this was not that long ago. This was not the 1990s. And I'm like, to get your degree. And she's like, I came here for my husband.
Oh,
I
see what
almost
I'm trying to
fell
say?
out of my chair. I had never heard that before her.
That's it. You go to control your husband.
Yes, she wanted to make sure the pedigree of
Bring him
man that
home.
she had was educated.
No, go to
You
find
said
the
no.
husband. Forget the degree. I don't care what the degree is. Get the husband and like who told you this thing is
There were people doing that, and some of them are still together. I see some of them on Facebook, but it's just young. You're so young. You're like not even really 20 when you graduate. 21, 22.
mm,
I
mm.
know. So
uh,
that's my spill.
and before I go to the next question
Yes,
because I
yes.
jump somewhere in the question before I even ask the question because see people. Let me have a disclaimer right here, right now before I even
Okay.
further. I don't set up these things. I do not set up my guests in such a way where what I'm going to say to them, they answer before I ask, or they're going to wear the same color clothes or nothing. I don't set nothing up. Okay, I'm just letting you know this right now. That's my disclaimer for the show. I have nothing to do with the show. I just show up as your host. So that was going to roll me into your next question. But before I do that, where can we get the book?
So I don't know if I put it out there, but I just signed with a publisher a week or two ago. So my release date was originally supposed to be June 17th, and it has been pushed back to July 13th.
Okay.
So I am on Amazon Author Central under Denise Essex. So yeah, it's not out yet.
Okay. So that's fine. Because when it
Yeah.
comes out, do you have a little snippet we could hear?
Oh, you want me to read some of it?
Just a small something because I am going to ask you one last question.
Okay, but read a little
One
bit
more
first.
thing. So PP, you might want to get your fan, I guess. This is a good time to read
Well, maybe
something.
I'll read some of the sweets
Yes,
instead of the heat.
yes, because look, I have my glass right here. Go ahead.
Let's
My
see.
please go ahead and read while I sip my water. Yes.
Okay, so I'll give you a little background. This is Rashad's family. This is where he comes from. So these are kind of the type of relationships he's seeing. Um, there was also my uncle Alonzo. He loved his wife so much. No matter what was going on, he brought her flowers every Friday. I thought he was a sucker. There were times that they were arguing or not speaking, but he would still give her those damn flowers. Is it okay if I bless with language? Do I need to censor myself?
Yes.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
That's
Darn that.
okay. I mean, you can say that we know what you're talking about. Not
Okay,
not because we got children here, but just in
right.
case.
I saw him do it once. She was angry that he spent their money gambling, so she tossed his clothes out on the lawn. I was embarrassed for him. It was like, dang, auntie, the whole neighborhood got to know y'all having problems. It's not like he cheated on you, which all the messy church folks assumed. I was riding with him because my mom needed some things from the hardware store. Uncle Alonzo and Uncle Apollo, the one I fix houses with, are my mom's brothers. Since Uncle Alonzo is the youngest, he always gets sent for errands. I gotta make a stop, young blood, he said, cigarette hanging from his lips. Okay, Unc, why are we at Auntie Ruby Lee's? I thought you just threw all your clothes on the lawn. Ain't you moving out or something? I asked, confused. He just looked at me with his face twisted up. Boy, you don't know nothing about women. You watch and learn. He hopped out of the car and grabbed some flowers I didn't realize were sitting in the back seat. You a sucker, Uncle Alonzo, I said, laughing. Let me let you in on some things. First, I'm not moving out. Your aunt put me out. Second, I'll do anything to get back in. And third, whether she takes me back or not, I'm giving her these flowers. Been doing it over 20 years, and I'm not about to stop now because things are rough. I moved my arms like I was playing an air violin. He waved me off and knocked on the door. My auntie Ruby Lee did not play. I saw her cuss out plenty of church ladies. When she came to the door, she was wearing a face so mean it made me afraid. Uncle Alonzo handed the flowers to her without saying a word. He turned to leave, but she opened the screen door wider, stepping back so he could enter. And just like that, they were good again. As for me, I eventually took the hint and walked home. So that's basically the kind of relationships he grows up with. And at some point, when his relationships are very, very far from that level of like respect and devotion for women, he kind of realizes this is not what I want to be wasting my time on.
Mm. Again, people, I did encourage you to have something to drink.
Was that a little tea?
And that requires some tea, please. Hey, see, I have my coconut water. So, yes. So, I am going to roll down to a final question for you.
Yes.
Um, this question, you mentioned earlier that you went to an all-white school. So, this is like an opposite question of where you went. We are encouraging people to be together, share together, love together, do all these things together. So
Hmm.
we are encouraging togetherness to be a family, a big global family, a big international family.
Hmm.
Now, would you encourage or were you encouraged to attend an all white school or would you encourage someone to attend an all black school?
Oh my God, thank you so much for this question. I love I love my anonymity right now because I could speak so freely. My high school guidance counselor, I told her, and I will say this name of this school because I really wanted to go there. Central State in Ohio gave me a full ride. Like, just come, we want you. And I told my guidance counselor, and she was like, no. I was like, excuse me, what? She was like, no, you're not going to that school. Like, basically, you're too good, all of this stuff. And I think if she had the words to tell me, I would like to think, because she visited me later at the school I went to. And she basically said some HBCUs, all Black schools, have issues with accreditation and funding, but she didn't say it to me like that. So I felt like, you know, am I not good enough to be at a school with people like me? Like what, I just had so many questions. I ended up going to a PWI, the predominantly white institution, and I learned a lot of stuff. I don't regret it. And yet I do wonder if something like even writing, if it would have taken me as long to do that had I been around people who have lots of different gifts and are comfortable in the fact that we don't all have to be doctors and lawyers. Um, I ended up going into the medical field. And
Oh,
so, would I encourage someone to go to an HBCU? Absolutely. Absolutely, I would. Because I think originally I thought that at those schools, they were sort of teaching us we should be separate, kind of like your question, we shouldn't love. And from my experience, it is the complete opposite. My closest cousin, she went to an HBCU and she works mainly around, people that don't look like her. But what she tells me she got from her school was a sense of self and that she belongs at the table with them. I didn't really get that at school. I felt like I always had to prove myself. You got to work twice as hard. And nobody explicitly said those things, but those were the messages I received. So, personally, unless you feel like this is a degree you can't get at all of the many, many HBCUs, I would encourage young people to go there where the administrators, the staff, the teachers, the student, everyone looks like them, and yet there's so many complexities, right? Because we're not a monolith. And what you do with that training is you go out and you work wherever you want to work, you work with people, and you're able to, be around, white people, knowing that you deserve to be there just like they do. So it is to me, it seems opposite of a separation and, you don't play well with others. No, it's more like everybody coming to the table has something to offer. And I feel like our young Black kids need that foundation so that they're not in jobs with inferiority complexes or what's the other one? Inferiority or just that the one where you feel like you're going to be found out because you don't really know how to do your job, those kind of things. I feel like in HBCUs they really build you up so that you can be your best self in this world, which is very diverse.
wow.
I
And
mean,
that's
that's just me.
well, yes. Well, thank you kindly for all of that. And as we wind down this little segment here, oh, I can't thank you enough for this because it seems like we're going to have part two to all this good stuff that we. I think on my episode we need part two of everything because we've been having some good juicy episodes. And before you go, I always like to ask an off question. Have nothing to do with what you're doing, have nothing to do with your
Okay.
work. It's just an off question to my guests. So let me figure what your question will be. So your off question would be something like this. If you should wear a set of clothes for the week, would you choose to wear it for the week or would you choose to not wear it for the week? You only got one set of clothes. Would you rather wear the same set of clothes for the week or would you not wear the same clothes for the week? Is that making sense?
So I can either wear the same clothes all week or wear nothing.
No, you can wear the same set of clothes for the week, or would you not? Or would you rather wear the same outfit for the week
Mm-hmm.
or change outfit for the week? Let me clear that up. Because
Uh,
you yeah, that's just a test.
oh yeah, I mean, yeah, I want to wear different clothes. That's
You
my
want to
option.
wear
I could
different
wear
clothes for
different clothes. Yeah, I'm wearing different clothes. That
the
one outfit must be cute though. If somebody's trying to wear it all week, it must be like Givenchy or something.
Oh my goodness. Oh, well, that is your off question. So that was a simple off question. So I want to thank you so very much for showing up, letting us hear your good book. And audience, please go out there and support the sister with the work because we are out there doing the thing. We said the darn thing. Hello. We are
Right.
out.
Thank you for having me. I'm it's the College Route book one. It'll be out July 13th via Amazon, and I should be having I'll definitely have Kindle, I'll have an audio and a paperback. And the audio book voice actor is he's more heat than sweet. So I'm just gonna warn you.
Okay, don't worry, audience. Once the book hits, we are going to bring it right back in. We're going to post it right here. Yes,
Okay.
we will. Yes, we
I
will.
love it.
So before you go, just to let you know, I have a chair next to me. It's on my left. It is considered the guest chair. Now that you show up and grace us with your lovely self, your name is considered imprinted on that chair. So simply mean it is an open door for you to come back and share with us
Oh,
whatever work you're doing out there so we can celebrate with you because together we are stronger. So I want to send you off with peace, love, and joy and prosperity and success. Just to let you know, success is not only about one person, it is about us. So when you succeed and however you define success, don't forget to come back and pull somebody with you on this journey. Again, my sister, I want to thank you so much from my heart, not only from my lips, to show up and let us hear a little bit about what you are doing out there.
thank you.
You're welcome. Do you want to say something else as we wait for the next guest to come on?
No, just thank you again for having me. This is my first time being able to do something like this. I'm a very, very new like author as far as being published, but it's such a joy.
It's my pleasure to serve you. Thank you again. And here we have audience. That was our very first guest. We have another guest coming right on up. And I think this is a good time for you to sip something. This right here is a very good time for you to get something to drink, for you to even share this live and invite someone else in the live audience. Because I don't know what to say about the sisters that's coming up. Yeah, I don't. I'm just gonna let her. I'm just gonna let her take it. Like I'm. I think I am going to sit back, have my drink in my hand. I don't know. It might turn into wine because that's water. It might turn into wine. So I'm gonna sit back, and while I sit back, she's gonna take you to another level. Ah, and it's my sister, your sister, Felicia, Nicole. Solid.
Hello. Hello, hello, hello.
Woo, here we are. And I like to ask my guests, how are you doing truthfully?
I am doing fabulous. Fabulous, fabulous, fabulous. Blessed, 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 blessed. And I'm so thankful to be here with you today.
Oh, audience, I could say much about her. But I'm not even gonna try. I'm not even gonna waste my time. I'm not gonna waste your time either. I'm not gonna talk because I might get dehydrated and I might have to get some more water, and my water might turn into wine and all that good stuff. So guess what's going to happen?
Tell me,
My
tell me.
sister, oh Jesus, this sister right here. If y'all don't know, y'all gonna know right now. Because this sister right here, I met her a while back. And Lord, before we go, I'm gonna tell you this before I let her do anything. Let me tell you, this sister right here inspired me in such a way. I might have told her, but I'm gonna still tell her. Right? I'm gonna repeat myself because sometimes repetition is good. She inspired me in a lot of ways more than she knows because she out there doing some stuff. And sometimes all we need is a little boost. Sometimes we just need somebody to say, yes, I am doing it. Because sometimes when we do something, we're not doing it for us. We're doing it to highlight somebody else and to give the strength to somebody else and the courage to somebody else. So when I show up every week, sometimes I show up, I'm like, oh, what am I doing? But sometimes when I show up, I am not showing up for myself. I am showing up for
Right.
you. But this sister right here, she showed up and she just got me sitting there like, you know what, girl, you out there doing your thing. Why? What excuse do I have? And I didn't have no excuse after I met her. I had no excuse. I just said, phew, and I just kept going. So, sis, I
Thank you.
celebrate you. I
Thank you.
celebrate you.
Thank you.
And I'm just gonna let you just tell us where you're tuning in from while I get my drink. Tell us where you're tuning in from. Tell us about a little bit about you, what you're doing, and yeah.
Well, hello, hello, hello. My name is Felicia Nicole. I am the founder of Link, Love, Inspire, Nurture, Care, an organization. It's an empowerment organization. I want to uplift, inspire, motivate, empower everybody in my community to reach their next level, which leads to the um, title of my two of my books, because I have five. Two of my books, which is called Levels: Love, Pain, Purpose, and Peace, which is my first book, poetry and pictures. Then we have the second book of Levels, which is a woman's workbook and journal. I believe in journaling. I believe in moving to our next level. I believe, and I have a thing that I tell the people that I coach and that I mentor, that if you are stuck at a particular place in your life, you can't look to your left, you can't look to your right. You have to look at the person in the mirror. It's the person in the mirror that is responsible for moving you to your next level. It's your relationship with God and yourself that's going to get you to where you need to be. Not your husband, not your wife, not your mother, not your children, you and God. You have to be first honest with yourself about everything in your life. If you can be honest with the person in the mirror, there's nothing you can't do. So I tell this to everybody because I live it. I tell people I had my first child at 16. I bought my first house 10 years later at 26 years old. I don't talk about anything that I have not lived. I don't write about anything that I have not lived. I don't share anything that I have not lived. I am my authentic self. I live in my truth. I am transparent because I'm able to reach the levels that I need to reach because of these things. So I help people get to their next level. I decided to start Link because I've been meeting so many women, so many young ladies that felt like whatever they were going through in life, it was woe is me, the end of the world. So I share my story of everything that I had gone through, good and bad, but especially the bad, to let them know I did not let that define who I was. It was something that happened. It was a story. It was a page in my book, but not my whole book, not my whole story. I was able to overcome those things. I speak and I preach and I motivate about strong mental health. I believe that we should definitely get professional counseling. It's important. It's helpful. There's nothing to be ashamed of. It's such a stigma in our community. Get the help that you so richly deserve and need. It will benefit you, not just you personally, professionally, your children, your husband, your wife, especially my men. They don't like to get help. They don't like to go to the regular doctor, let alone seek mental health help. It's important. It's important. We have high rates of suicide in our community. Let's get the help we need. So I am an advocate for mental health, for good mental health, for strong mental health. I'm an advocate for healing. I'm an advocate for prosperation. I'm an advocate for financial literacy. We are responsible for reaching our next level. So that's what my poems are about. Things that you have gone through in life, because I believe once you get them out, you put the bad out, keep the good in, and you excel to your next level. That's what we're going to talk about tonight. What do you want to do in your life to get to your next level? What's holding you back in your life from reaching your next level? I tell people the pandemic was a gift. We lost a lot of people and that hurt. But in that time, if you were home, what did you do in lockdown to get you to your next level? Did you just sit in the house and eat? A lot of us did. Nothing wrong. However, what else did you do? I wrote 5 books. I sat down, I buckled down, and I wrote those books. My publishing company is called Travel and Light with Melissa Sue Griffith. I thank her. My mentors, my life, my coach, because the coach needs a coach. My coaches, my children, my family, the support that I received to complete the projects was amazing. So I did these things, and like Verona said, not really just for me, so that I could share my story and help you all, because that's what's important, to help you all, because in helping you all helps me. God gave me a gift, and I'm walking in that gift. He showed me my purpose. I'm walking in my purpose. My steps are ordered. And I will continue to do this every day until he says it's time for me to see him. That's my promise to all of you. So, Miss Verona, do you have any questions for me? She's I think she's going to get us some water. So since she left me with you all,
No,
oh, there
I'm
she's back.
like
She's back. She's back.
I'm just trying to gather myself.
Okay.
I'm just trying to gather myself and try to write down as fast as I can. Look, I was that student. I was that student. Like, hey, what happened, Professor? Can you say it again? You see, I was that student. See, I was always a writer.
Yes.
I've been a writer since I can remember holding the little pencil in my hand like
Yes.
this.
Yes.
So I was always a writer. Like you talk, I was like, what?
Yes.
Hold on, you just said something.
I will tell you, English literature has always been my best subject, my favorite subject, from elementary straight through to high school, through college.
Yes,
Public
ma'am.
speaking, I've always excelled in
Yes,
those
ma'am.
things. My children, my favorite author, believe it or not, is Edgar Allan Poe, and my children bought me a first edition. I don't know where they found it, and I love it. I read everything. John
Yeah,
Grisham. I
the whole 9 yards.
yes, I Danielle Still. I've been reading Donald Goines.
Yes,
You give me a book, I'm gonna read it, and I
girl.
usually read it in a day. Elin Harris, Eric Jerome Dickey. I read books, and I
I
read,
got
and my and the range is from one end to the other. I read it all.
yes. I got 3 bookshelves right there.
Right,
3 bookshelves.
exactly.
And I'm looking at it like,
Yes,
yeah.
yes. I love it. So
I haven't.
writing
I
was
must confess.
right.
This
So
is my.
writing
This
was a
is
natural progression, definitely.
listen. This is my confession right here on the show. I like to confess. I like to let things out there. I like to put up myself right there. I have an addiction. I
You
want
have
to
a
put that out
you
there
have a
right
book of it. You have a book addiction.
now. Yes, ma'am.
All right,
Yes,
that's
ma'am.
fine.
I'm addicted to books.
That's
I'm
fine.
addicted to books, and I'm not trying to go to no AA, BB, CC, nothing. I'm
I
not going
think
to
it's.
no
I
group.
think that's an okay addiction. I
Thank you.
think that's. I think that's going to be okay.
Thank you, because
You're welcome.
I'm not trying to check in nowhere.
Nope. I
I'm
think
just coming
that's going to be
myself.
fine. I think that's going to be fine.
Thank you, sis. Thank you, sis. Because I'm like, I just want to let you all know right now that I do have an addiction.
I love
Yeah.
it.
So, ladies and gentlemen, the book. Let me tell you. First of all, this is a book. I just want you to see. This is a book right here. This is a book right here. Levels. I see 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 levels right there. So, because I tell you, I've been trying to bop my head trying to write stuff down here. I have been trying to write stuff down. There's a level of pain that we go through. A level of
Absolutely.
pain. And I think women experience pain in such severe way.
Absolutely.
And I don't want to say we experience it more than men, but we experience I mean, from birth, we
Hmm.
experience pain in such a way that our emotions get tangled,
Absolutely.
literally tangled in pain and trauma.
Yes.
And those things carry us, I mean, as small as 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and it goes with us.
Yes.
And we,
Sometimes it'll take us to the grave. It will,
yeah,
because we're not taught how to come out of the pain, because
yeah.
pain has a thing where it can envelop you.
Oh,
It will
Jesus.
take you, if you are not given or taught the tools to come out of the pain. Some people
Uh,
get comfortable in their pain,
yes,
unfortunately,
unfortunately.
you know. And if we're not given the tools or taught the tools on how to come out of the pain, unfortunately, we get stuck there. And it's a
Mm,
very true statement. Hurt people hurt people.
mm. Because we don't want to be unstuck.
Absolutely.
At what point, you knew you had to come out of that pain? Because we have pain and pain and pain, but there's that pain, because there's a that pain that we go through. At what point did you realize that you have to unstuck, you have to detach from that pain, and how did you rise up out of that pain?
When I became a mother,
Mm.
because whether we want to admit it or not, if we don't come out of our pain, we're going to bring our children up in that pain, and it's not fair to them. Our pain is not their pain. Our hurt is not their hurt. Our trauma is not their trauma. So when I became a mother, I knew I didn't want my children to experience my pain. Now, everybody's going to have their own pain,
Yes, yes,
but it's their pain to have. They did
yes,
not have to carry mine.
yes.
So I knew I had to make sure I came out so that
And
I
that
could
that's
parent.
and that's a part of generational curse.
Absolutely.
That is the
Absolutely.
contribution factor of generational
Absolutely.
curse.
Absolutely.
Because you have to wrap your mind around a certain place to say, guess what? I'm
Absolutely.
not bringing a life into this world that is going to go through the same thing I've been through. I'm
And
about to make a change, and we have to set our mind into that place.
it will go on through generation, through
Right.
generation, through generation, both on men and women, both sides.
Yeah.
Pain will care. I'm telling you, if you do not, if somebody in that lineage does not say, this has to stop with
No.
me. And I
Yes.
said to myself, it was going to stop with me, so that I was going to give my children a different chance, a different life, a different
Hmm.
walk,
Hmm.
to experience the things that they needed to experience, not experience what I had experienced. It was not theirs to experience. So I knew I had to come out and deal with it.
And we oftentimes walk with masks. You see, we were taught to wear masks, the literal mask,
Hmm.
for the past 3 years. But we oftentimes walk around with masks, and we
Yes,
become imposters.
absolutely.
Become imposter because we don't want, one, we don't want to face the pain. We don't want to face that dark area. We don't want to face all of that trauma stuff. So we walk around with the fake
Right. You like
mask.
this? You're happy and you're
Yes,
smiling. Right.
yes. No, you're not. And this
Right.
is why I asked in the beginning, how are you doing truthfully? Because that
Absolutely.
truthfully is saying, go inside yourself and give me a true answer. You're
Absolutely.
not feeling good. You're not feeling good. You're all right. You're all right. Simple. And we
Absolutely.
oftentimes walk around with this, where we walk around with a mask. No, be true. Because when you take your emotions, because emotions are real, take your emotions, face them, put them in front of you, and say, listen, I see you. I see you. Acknowledge that.
Right. Absolutely.
I see you.
Absolutely.
But guess what? At the end of the day, you're not going to bully me.
Uh, Listen, I tell everybody, and this is what I teach the people that I mentor or the coach: stand in the mirror Look that person. If you can look the person in the mirror in the eyes and tell them the truth, no matter what it is, you look that person and go, I hurt you. I let you get hurt. I'm sorry.
Yes.
Tell that to yourself. Heal
Yes.
yourself. Love yourself. When you are able to do all those things for self,
Yes.
you're able to do them for everybody else.
There's something called self-forgiveness.
Absolutely.
And I don't think a lot of us are doing it. Self
Absolutely.
self-forgiveness is needed. And I oftentimes encourage women,
Right.
because I talk to just about everybody, but I oftentimes encourage women to write a letter to yourself.
Absolutely.
Dear
And
self, I am sorry.
mean that you segued for that. Inside the journal, there's an area where I tell you to write yourself a love letter.
Yes, write yourself a letter.
Write yourself a love letter. You
It is
know how many
important.
people they sit there and go, if you write yourself a love letter, tell
It's
yourself
important.
how absolutely amazing you are.
It is important.
Absolutely.
It is
But
important.
not
And
but
we
you would
wasting
be
somebody.
surprised at how many people are not able to write themselves a love letter.
Oh, let me tell you, I asked somebody to do that.
Mhm.
I asked someone because I'm a youth mentor, and I asked a youth to write that letter, and that was the most scariest moment
Absolutely.
for that young
Absolutely.
lady.
Absolutely.
Because why is it scary? Because we don't want to face that. We don't want to face the pain. We don't want to face
Absolutely.
that trauma. We don't want to face that dark era. We're afraid of that.
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
and and the thing is, when we have this, we need to let you know, people, you are not alone. And
Right.
that is where we scare ourselves at all times. That we
Yes.
feel like we are so alone. That,
Absolutely.
oh, I can't do this because, oh, what is going to happen to me? No, you are not alone. And this is why I say this already, that our story is never for us.
Right.
It's
100%.
never for us.
I love this. I listen. I am so thankful for your forum. Thankful for inviting me on. As you know, I go out into the community and I talk and I mentor and I share because I know, as you said earlier, we are stronger together.
Yes.
I know that there are things in our community that we need, but we can only get from each other.
And we got to ask for help.
We have to. We
We got to
have
ask
to.
for help. We got to ask for help.
We have to. So that was the purpose of me finishing the poetry book and the workbook and journal. I have another workbook and journal, but that one is geared for men. That should be out in the next few weeks because, like I said, our men, our beautiful, handsome, intelligent, strong men,
Yeah.
they need help and love and encouragement and guidance and inspiration too. And they oftentimes are not told that enough. That
No.
it's okay for them to hurt. It's okay for them not to always be strong. It's okay for them to need us because we
Yes.
need them just as much as they need us and
Yes.
vice versa.
And it's
So
okay for
I
them to
am,
cry.
it's of course it's okay for them to cry.
Lord, please, somebody.
Of
It's
course.
men. It's
Right.
okay for
And
you to
so
cry.
I encourage everybody to journal. I encourage everybody to do the vision boards. You know, we do. I come
Yes.
out. I'm a vision board enthusiast. I come out and host vision boards
Yes.
events, and now I'll be giving classes on the workbook and journal on how people to help people get to their next level.
Yes.
So this is an amazing thing that you're doing, Verona, and I thank you.
My pleasure. So the mind is like a battlefield. I mean, I don't even want to say it's like, it is a battlefield.
Hmm.
It's a battlefield. It's like an Olympics. Everything is happening there. Like, you think of the Olympics, whether it's winter or summer Olympics,
Hmm.
everything happens in the mind.
Absolutely.
Everything. How do you score your level of maturity
Oh,
coloring, and I'm going to give you different categories. How do you score yourself the level of maturity in emotionally?
today,
Yes, today, because
today,
I'm going to give you more categories, but I'm just going to go
today, I
one
can
one
say
level.
I am the most mature and humble because of I've accepted my life experiences and I'm able to share them. So today I'm the most, I feel I'm at my, not my peak, not the highest, but I'm
Yes,
at my
yes,
most
yes.
mature maturity stage. Yes.
Okay, so that's emotionally, mentally.
Same. I am proud to say peacefully. Oh, I rest. There was a time where I had insomnia because my mind wouldn't shut off. But now
Mm,
my mind and my heart both rest well.
there you go. And that is very important. That's very important. How about spiritually?
Ah, I do nothing without him. He is who guides me. He is who my step. As I said earlier, my steps are ordered. I make no move without saying prayer first and asking God, "Is this the right thing?" And He'll let me know if it's the right and or the wrong thing.
Hello.
I move according to His word.
There you go. There you go. Physically.
Ah, I know that I'm 50. My body's telling me the age, but I'm physically feeling fine.
Don't let that fool you out for your fifth age is a number.
Your body tells you.
Ooh, it's like, girl, you need to go to take a nap. Don't let that fool you talking about age is just a number. Wrong. Wrong. Oh my gosh. Oh my God. Financially.
All right.
Financially.
Oh, by God's grace, well. Oh, by God's grace, well. We were able, my family and I, we were able to obtain a new home during the pandemic. And so, and by
Congratulations.
God's grace, we still have it.
Congratulations. There we
Thank you.
go.
Thank you.
There we
Thank you.
go.
Thank you. He says when you're humble and you obedient,
Yes.
the rewards are
The
endless.
reward is great.
Yes, 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 yes.
Yes, the reward is great. So level up simple means because your book is level up. And I think
Level.
you got like how many what are the four stages
Love,
there?
love, pain, purpose, peace.
Love, love, pain, purpose, and peace.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, wait, let me put it up so they could see it again. Because I could see right there. Level up means you're going to the next phase.
Absolutely.
You're
Absolutely.
going, you're going to the next phase. And what is the next phase for you in love?
I am so happy to say that at this age of almost 50 that I have truly found my life's partner. He is an amazing addition to my life. He is supportive, he's encouraging, he's loving, he's honest with me and
Key.
himself, you know.
Honesty is key.
Yes, he's strong, he's knowledgeable. I could go on. He
Yes.
is I am at this age I can say that this time in my life that I know the true meaning of love.
And I see you're blushing, so I'm not going to say
Woo!
nothing. And what about pain? Because you live up all the pain.
Right. I've come out of it
Yeah.
and it's
And I
behind
want to
me.
celebrate you. Before you go anywhere, I I don't know. I have a little thing right here.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes,
It's my little flower.
my pain is behind me.
There we
It
go.
it's not in front of me, it's not on the side of me, it's not under me. It's behind me. Because I tell people like I'm standing on my pain. I said, no, then that means it's still attached to you.
Yeah.
Mine is behind me.
Look, and first of all, I try to tell people whatever is behind you, you cannot go forward and still look behind
Absolutely, you can't.
because you can't drive it like this.
No, no.
You
So
can't do that.
I've come out of it. It's behind me.
Thank you, Lord. And your purpose? How is your? How
Oh
we
man,
doing
I'm
with the
walking
purpose?
in it. I am walking in it. God revealed it to me, and I am walking in it. I will talk to as many people, man, woman, boy, girl, old, young, as many people as God allows me to talk to help, to encourage, to inspire, to empower, to come out of their pain, to get to their next level. That's my
Mm.
purpose.
And the big word, peace. How is your peace?
As I said to you, my mind and my heart are aligned. My spirituality, my trust in God is all aligned. I sleep well.
That's important. You know, I was thinking about this maybe yesterday. And you know, when someone died,
Hmm.
they put on the headstone RIP.
Hmm.
Mean rest in peace. But you see, I don't want you to tell me that when I'm dead. I want
Mm.
to tell myself that when I'm going to my bed, rest in peace.
LIP. Live in peace.
Live in peace. Don't say no, rest in peace when I'm in my grave.
Mm-mm.
I'm going to be in peace there because I'm
Live
going to
in
live in peace
peace.
before I get
Walk
there.
in peace.
Hey,
Stride in peace.
strive in peace.
Right.
Okay? So that's
Absolutely.
that. Listen up, people. That's that. So, my sis, tell me about this. How was your
Oh,
moment right here?
the book signing was amazing. I
How
will
did you
tell.
feel right here? Because this picture right here, I saw this and I'm like, Lord,
It
tell
was
me, give us your exact feeling, your
ela-
exact.
total elation. It was such a phenomenal day. So many people came out. The love, the support. It was a great, great, great day. And as you know, I will stand and deliver and talk to a room of one to a room of 1,000. I
Hello.
that's my that's my gift. I love to talk and to tell people you can do it. Believe in
Yes,
yourself. You can
yes,
do it. If you
yeah.
believe it, you can achieve it. That's the truth. And this is what it is. So that day was just simply amazing. Um, I got to read some of the poems. People would whoever purchased the books, they pick a poem and I would read it that particular day. It was a fun, oh man, it was a great day. Really, really great day.
Ah,
Oh,
okay.
so before I go any further, I am you can purchase the book on Amazon. The
Yes,
book's
because
on
I was about to ask.
Amazon, Barnes and Noble, Lulu, and directly from my website is levelswithfelicianicole.com.
All right, so now you hear all that link. Listen, her name is right there anyway. So all of her social media, you can follow her right there. If
Yes.
you miss the links, her name is right there. It's written right there, Felicia Nicole.
Yes.
If you type that in, you'll see this lovely lady right
Thank you,
here.
thank you, thank you.
Okay. Uh-huh.
Yes.
Just to let y'all know. Just to let y'all know. Go out there and support the people,
Yes.
please. Audience, support the work. The work is not for us. When we are doing things, we are not doing it because we want to do it. We are
Absolutely.
doing it for somebody else.
I will
It
be
might
in
just
no
be, we don't know
absolutely.
who it is. Yes.
I will be in North Carolina in Raleigh in July 16th. I will put the links up in my Facebook and on my Instagram. We're
Yeah.
going to be at authors event, a book authors event on July
Oh,
16th in Raleigh, North Carolina. So I will put that information up there. So if you're in the North Carolina Raleigh area, you can come out to the event and not just myself, it's lots of other authors and come out and have a
excellent.
really good time.
And support the cause. I mean,
Yes.
come on.
Yes, yes, yes.
All right. So we are going to roll where. Oh, before I ask you to read one of your poems, because a poem of your choice, I'm not picking nothing, a poem of your
Okay.
choice. A young person would be sitting listening to you right now,
Mhm.
or a much grown person. I like to say, because I don't like to say mature, because not everybody that's grown mature,
Right.
because you do have grown people that's not mature. A grown person is listening to you right now, or a youth is listening to you right now, whether man or woman, it doesn't matter. Now, what encouragement would you give that person who been in the pain, that trauma? Because most pain and trauma are not caused by us, they're caused by somebody else.
Absolutely.
What would you tell that person right now, whether you're a youth or a grown person, how to, what are the tools? Give me two tools that you will give that person how to evolve, how to level up, how to come out of that section.
Accept what happened, forgive what happened, and move on. Until you're able to forgive yourself, forgive someone else, that person has power. That situation has power. The power that should be had by you. Secrets have power. So if something is a secret that's hurting you, let it out. Let it be known. Something that happens to you is just something that happens. It's not who you are. You are able to come out of the pain when you accept what has happened and you know that it's not you, it's not about you, it's about the individual that did whatever it was that they did to you, whether it's personally and or professionally. Believe in yourself, encourage yourself. Sometimes you may have to be your only cheerleader. You look yourself in the mirror and you tell yourself, like I do every day, oh, there's no one better than you. You're amazing. You got this. And you put one foot and step in front of the other. Step by step by step by step, to jog, to run. It all begins with the first step. The first step is saying, I love myself. I forgive myself. I forgive others. Sky's the limit. Trust God. He got you.
I don't see my water turn into wine, but that's okay. I don't see it turn into wine. So let's leave us with a poem, please and
Yes,
thank
ma'am. I
you.
will. I'm going to read a piece of me.
Mm,
I know. Our last guest had sweet heat. I'm not sure what a piece of me is. Sweet heat. I know it's a little heat. It's called a piece of me. Loving you required a piece of me, a special piece of me, a piece that only you could feel, please, or see. A piece that was placed deep inside of me for you to find and give light to in my quiet, hurt, and lonely times. A piece that went dim in our times of strife. A piece that shined brightly in our good times, like the day I became your wife. The piece of me that went with you when we were no longer one. I looked for that piece. It was essential to me being me. I searched high and I searched low. I searched the stars at night and the moon and the sun until one night the piece came to me in my dreams to let me know it was needed with you because that piece of me made you a better you.
I'm still waiting for my water to turn wine. I now I need two things.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
I don't know. I should have asked for cheerleaders for tonight. I don't know. Because I should have called up the whole family. Like, I need somebody to cheer. Come on, people, put some emojis in the comments.
Thank you, thank you, thank
And,
you.
and look, and that's that. And that's it. And that's it. I know I have nothing else to say. I have nothing else to ask you. I am not going to sit here and ask you no more questions. I'm going to put down my pen. I'm putting down my book. I'm not asking you nothing because a piece of me is just all it takes.
That's it.
That is all it takes to determine everything else, whether it's good or
Absolutely.
bad or ugly. Whether good, bad, or ugly, all it takes is just a
A
piece.
piece. And we
Love.
don't even realize that how we leave little pieces of ourselves in different places with different people at
Woo.
different times, and vice versa. People that leave little pieces of themselves with us.
I'm not gonna say nothing
Okay.
because audience, if you're still with us, all it takes is just a little piece,
Absolutely.
just a little drop of the positive something somewhere
Absolutely.
can evolve into a big old blessing or a big old
Yes.
mess.
Yes. Your next level is after the piece.
Oh, Jesus, let us get our next level up. Audience, let us think of our next level up in a positive light. Let us seek to find our next level up in peace. Make peace with your past so you can pass it and go into your destiny.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Oh, Jesus. So, girl, I'm not asking you nothing else regarding this book. Audience, please go out there and get that book. I'm not gonna say nothing else. I'm gonna just go into an off question. Got nothing to do with this stuff.
I'm
Um,
ready.
this got nothing to do with your leg. And you heard she's doing so much. I can't. I'm no. Verona, control yourself. I
Go
have
to
self.
it's all on
I've
the website. It's all on the website.
I have self-discipline, so no, I have self-discipline. So here's your off question. Got nothing to do with what you're doing, nothing to do with level up, nothing to do with your book. It's just an off question. Which TV character would you trade places with for a day?
Sam Waterson on Law and Order so that I could be the district attorney. I knew that answer. That's my favorite show. I would be Jack McCoy off Law and Order. Absolutely.
I love that.
Absolutely.
I love that show too.
I love it. That's who I would be.
Well, all right, audience. Ah, it has been a pleasure, sis. It has been
Thank
a
you. Thank you.
pleasure for you to be here. Like I said this every time. And every time I say it with humility and I say it just with the purest of my heart that I thank you. I thank you for
Thank you, B.
showing up,
Thank you, B.
not only
Anytime.
for yourself, but for us.
Thank you.
Keep showing up, keep leveling up, no matter what you do, whatever you feel like you're in a level that you come complacent in,
Ah,
level up.
absolutely.
Level. And I like
Absolutely.
to tell my guests that next to me there's a chair. That chair is my guest chair. And because you grace us with your beautiful self, your talented self, your gracious self, your name is written on this chair.
Thank
And it's not
you.
as a fan, but it's as family.
Yes.
So it is say it's an open door for you to come back and share with us. Let us know what you're doing. So whatever way we can support you, we stand with you.
Thank
We are
you.
encouraging you. We are saying, we got you. We are in this together
Awesome. Thanks,
because
V.
it's
Thank
just
you, sister.
us.
Thank you.
It is us.
And Miss Denise Exits, I'm looking forward to your book. I cannot wait.
Let me bring her back up on screen here because let me bring her back up.
I'm here.
All right. All right. Here we
So
go.
it's been a pleasure, Miss Denise. I look forward to getting your book and
Thank
keep
you.
going. Keep going.
Thank
Keep going, my
you.
sister. Keep going.
That's
It was
it.
a pleasure hearing from you as well. That was
Thank
amazing.
thank you. Thank you.
Like this is what we do here. Audience, do you see this? This is a force. This is an energy. This is vibes. This is togetherness. This is
Right.
success. However you want to define your success, this right here is my success.
Yeah.
When I define
We are
success,
definitely stronger together.
we're
Thank you, ladies,
stronger
so much.
together. This for me defined my success, to know that I could hear somebody else's story, to know that my story inspires somebody else. So this for me, I already defined success.
Thank
So
you.
if there's any last word for you, Sister Denise, please let us get your last word as we close out this episode.
Just thank you guys so much for the opportunity, for the platform, And yeah, I agree with what you're saying. Our gifts are, to give away, and just even in the mom circles that I'm in, the people who have, really looked at me and said, "Oh my God, that's so inspiring." Even if they're not interested in writing, but just like, okay, because you have this title mom doesn't mean that you sit down and never get back up. And
Right?
so I, in that way, have been an inspiration to the people around me, and it's just amazing. So thank you for letting me share.
Nice.
The Felicia. It was her last words.
Go be great. A complacent heart and big dreams don't match.
Hmm. Well,
Uh, audience, I got audience. I'm sorry, I got nothing else to say. I'm not. I don't have a final words. I
oh,
don't have a final words. I am sorry. I am your host, Verona Willis-Brown, saying thank you, Cheryl. Thank you, Julian. Thank you, Sharon, for being here. I don't have no final words. It's just peace, love, joy, success, however you want to define success. Go out there and define it. And
That's
I
it.
hope to see you next week on another episode of the Question Live Show. I am your host, Verona Willis-Brown. See you. I have nothing to say.
Bye.